Hi there, Cal Manson here, and this is a new thing I'm going to try. It's called One Take Photography, where I record sort of a short 4 or 5 minute video about all things photography, and just fire it up online for you to see. No editing, no post production, just straight video as I record it. So it's One Take Photography. Anyway, today we're going to talk about memory cards. There's lots of different memory cards out there on the market that's used today. There's SD, secure digital cards, there's XD cards, there's compact flash cards. That's just to name a few. The ones that I use are SD cards. These little chips of plastic right here. But there's sort of different specifications you can get for your SD cards. They start with sort of class 4 or class 6 memory cards, which you would use for your sort of point and shoot camera, where the throughput, sort of bandwidth isn't that big. They sort of look like that. They're usually blue to show you that. But yeah, you can pick up a class 4 8GB SanDisk card for £4.65 on Amazon. There's going to be links below for you to find them. Then we have obviously, so that'll be for your sort of your point and shoot. So it's like this. This sort of your wee point and shoot takes 12 megapixel pictures, but really doesn't have the need for something bigger. Saying that, you could always, when you get your point and shoot, just get a nice class 10 card. Like this. This one's got 30 megabytes per second bandwidth throughput. You could just get that, so then when you do upgrade to a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, you already have the class 10 cards. So yeah, that's the other type for your DSLR or mirrorless. They are class 10. These are usually black. The ones I use are SanDisks. These are 30 megabytes per second. On the bandwidth, and they're class 10s. You can pick up budget class 10s, 4GB budget class 10 for £4, which really, that's probably a good idea for your point and shoots, but more for your DSLR, sort of your bigger bodies and your mirrorless cameras. You're looking at sort of 30 megabytes per second, 45. There's some good deals on the 45s as well. Again, they're made by SanDisk, and the link's down below. But then SanDisk also make an SDXC. I'll explain what all these abbreviations mean in a minute. But the SDXC card is 128GB. Yes, that is gigabyte. In my hand here is a 128 megabyte card, but the SanDisk one is 128GB. It's also 45 megabytes per second, which is really, that's what you're sort of looking for your 4K video and things like that, if you've got a Panasonic GH4 or things like that. So again, all the links are in the description below. But also you get these little things, and to the normal eye from a distance, you might think that's just a normal SD card, which would be correct. However, it is actually a micro SD card. This little chip of plastic here, and these are sort of used for your GoPros, your action cameras, your external recorders, things like that, and some smartphones as well. Quite a lot of Android smartphones use micro SD cards, as do some Windows phones. But yeah, you can pick up some nice micro SD cards if you're going to just sort of share your cards for everything. You can get a nice SanDisk micro SD HC card, 32 gig, which is class 10, and I'm sure it's under £25 or something. Again, links are down below. But yeah, you could use that in your GoPro. You could then put it into the adapter and use it in your DSLR. You could use it in your point and shoot. You can pretty much use it for everything. But yeah, you've heard me sort of go on a bit about these sort of these abbreviations. SD is the first generation of SD. SC is secure digital standard capacity. So that's these sort of older cards I have here, the 128 megabyte and the 256 megabyte. They were developed to improve on the MMC standard, which is the multimedia card, which were really quite similar to the SD card. However, the SD cards are a bit thicker compared to the MMCs. But then after traditional SDs, out came SDHC. So this is what that's what the class 10s use, but even the class 4s as well. That's what that uses. And it's secure digital high capacity. So the capacity of these cards go up to 32 gigs. If you see anything above 32 gig, it's probably fake, and it's not covered by the standards, so they might not be as reliable as buying some sort of brand new thing that works. But then after SDHC, the standard changed to SDXC, which is secure digital extended capacity. Now these SD cards, that is the size of this, which is if you think of a large postage stamp, it's about the size of that. These cards can hold up to 2 terabytes. That's 2,048 gigabytes compared to the limit of 32 gigabyte that you got on the SDHC cards. That's quite amazing. Like for you to think you could have 2 terabytes of storage on this, it's unreal compared to if you think that could be 2 terabytes, but back from 2007, that's 128 megabytes, and that could be 2 terabytes in the exact same form factor. It's quite unreal. Anyway, this was just a sort of short video. Just fancied trying something new, so this is One Take Photography. I'm Callum Anderson. You can get in touch with me if you want to drop me an email, photographercallum@gmail.com, and you can check out my website, callumanderson.me. Again, all the links are in the description below. I'm Callum Anderson. Thank you for watching.